Welcome everybody to my class today. In my last class, I have discussed up to intercept form of a straight line. So let us start today after that topic. Our first form is today normal form. Normal form of a straight line. What is normal form of a straight line? Suppose this is a straight line. The perpendicular from the origin meet the line say at M, and OM makes angle alpha with positive direction of x-axis. Alpha with positive direction of x-axis, and the length of OM is P. Length of OM is P, angle MOX. This is alpha. Then what will be equation of the straight line? Look, from triangle OMA, we have OA by OM. OA by OM. H by B. Sec alpha. That implies OA will be M is small, OM is small p, so this will be small p sec alpha. Next, look, if this is alpha, then this part will be pi by 2 minus alpha. So from triangle OMB, we have OB by OM. OB by OM. This is pi by 2 minus alpha. OB by OM. H by B. So sec pi by 2 minus alpha. This gives OM equals to small p cosec alpha. Look, we find OM small p sec alpha. Sorry, this is the OB. OB by OM, so OB becomes P cosec alpha. So x intercept of the straight line is P sec alpha and y intercept of the straight line is P cosec alpha. So by the intercept form, we can write the equation of the straight line as x by P sec alpha plus y by P cosec alpha equals to 1. Cos alpha, when go upward, it becomes x cos alpha plus cosec alpha becomes sin alpha equals to P. So we get, this is the normal form of a straight line, where alpha is the angle made by the normal from the origin to the straight line with positive direction of x-axis, and small p represents distance of the straight line from the origin. So the form is x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equals to P. It is mandatory to make P always positive because P represents distance of a straight line from the origin, so it must be positive. For example, suppose a straight line is at a distance say 5 units from the origin and it makes say 3 pi by 4 angle with positive direction of x axis, then what will be its equation? its equation will be x cos 3 pi by 4 y sin 3 pi by 4 equals to 5. You know cos of 3 pi by 4 is minus 1 by root 2. So this becomes minus 8 by root 2. This is y by root 2 equals to 5. So you get minus x plus y equals to 5. This is the equation of the straight line which is at a distance 5 units from the origin, and the normal from the origin to the line makes angle 3 pi by 4 with the positive direction of x axis. Okay. This is the normal form. Next we go to an important form of a straight line which is useful in some crucial problem, in some typical problem. Seventh form, which is known as parametric oblique distance oblique symmetric form. Suppose these are coordinate axes. This is a straight line which makes angle alpha with positive direction of x-axis. Capital A is a point on the line having coordinates x1, y1. Suppose P is a point on the same straight line at a distance r unit from the point A. That is AP. AP is r unit. Suppose coordinate of P be xy. Now draw perpendiculars to x-axis. Say this is AL, this is PM, this is AN. Now we have PN. PN is PM minus NM. PM minus NM is equal to AL because ANML is a rectangle. PM is Y minus AL is Y1. This is PM. Then AN. AN equals to LM. LM is OM minus OL equals to OM is X and OL is X1. Now from triangle ANP we have AN by AP. AN by AP, look, this angle will be alpha. AN by AP, this will be cos alpha. That implies AN is how much? AN is x minus x1. What is AP? AP is smaller, is equals to cos alpha. That implies you get x minus x1 by cos alpha equals to r. Similarly, from the same triangle, next we have Pn by AP. Pn by AP, this will be sin alpha. What is Pn? Pn is y minus y1. What is AP? AP is r is equals to sin alpha. This gives y minus y1 by sin alpha equals to r. So combining these two results, we can write in this way: x minus x1 by cos alpha, y minus y1 by sin alpha equals to r. Here r represents distance of the point pxy from the point x1 y1 which lies on the line, and the line makes alpha with positive direction of x-axis. Why this is distance form? Because here this distance r is involved. Why this is parametric form? Look, you can represent the straight line in this way also. X equals to x1 plus r cos alpha, y equals to y1 plus r sin alpha. Here r is parameter. Look, in parametric form, axis and ordinate are separately expressed in terms of parameter. Here x and y are expressed in terms of parameter r. x1 is fixed, alpha is fixed. For a given straight line, given particular straight line, alpha must be fixed. Only r is parameter, because distance of point pxy, if pxy moves along the line, so r must vary. That's why it is called parametric form. Why this is symmetric form? In this equation there is a symmetry in its form. That's why it is called symmetric form of straight line. Now let us use it to solve a few typical problems. In our earlier classes, we have solved a problem in this way. Suppose this is a square ABCD. We know diagonally opposite vertices, say A and C. Say coordinates of A, B 3, 4. Coordinate C is 1, minus 1. In class 9 or 10, we have solved using distance formula. How? We first find equation of the perpendicular bisector BD of AC. Then we choose an arbitrary point on this. Next we solve the midpoint, say E of AC. Then using distance formula we have solved it in our earlier classes. But in class 11 we can solve it using this symmetric form of straight line. How can we solve this? Look, we know the length of the diagonal AC. How? Because AC equals to root over of 3 minus 1 whole square plus 4 plus 1 whole square. Units. 2 square 4 root over 29. So we can say D equals to EB equals to half AC equals to root over of 29 by 2. That is, D and B are points on straight line DB at a distance root 29 by 2 units from the point E. Next, let us find the slope of AC. Slope of AC. 4 plus 1 by 3 minus 1. That is 5 by 2. 4 plus 1 by 3 minus 1, 5 by 2. Therefore, slope of BD. This will be minus 2 by 5 since m1 m2 equals to minus 1 as DB perpendicular to AC. We know DB perpendicular to AC. So we have found slope of BD is minus 2 by 5. Let straight line BD makes angle alpha with positive direction of x-axis. Then tan alpha becomes minus 2 by 5. From this you can write sin alpha by minus 2 cos alpha by 5. Let us erase this. EC is our root over of 29. Let me see here. This now applying addendo, we have sin alpha by minus 2 equals to cos alpha by 5 is equal to root over of sin square alpha plus cos square alpha by root over of minus 2 square plus 5 square. This is by addendo. We have learned it in our class 10 in the chapter ratio and proportion. So this becomes this becomes 1 by root over of 29. So from this we can write sin alpha equals to minus 2 by root over 29 minus 2 by root over of 29 and cos alpha, this becomes 5 by root over 29. Okay. Now in distance form of straight line we have learned this x minus x1 by cos alpha y minus y1 by sin alpha equals to r. Look here in this problem we have r equals to, you can take as plus minus r. Why? Because one in this side, another in this side. So here r is root 29 by 2, it's half root over of 29, and you know sin alpha cos alpha. So we can write what is x1 here, the coordinate of E that we have to find, coordinate of E, as E is midpoint of AC, so coordinate of E will be 3 plus 1 whole by 2 comma 4 minus 1 whole by 2. So this will be 2 3 by 2. Coordinate of E becomes 2 3 by 2. Now look, we have to find coordinates of D and B which are at a distance root 29 by 2 and lies on the line B. So we can use this formula. Look here, x will be x1 plus minus r cos alpha is equals to, what is x1 here? X1 is 2. X1 is 2 and y1 is 3 by 2. X1 is 2 plus minus r is root over 29 by 2 into cos alpha. What is cos alpha? 5 by root over 29. This becomes 2 plus minus 5 by 2. This becomes, when you take plus 5, this becomes 9 by 2. When you take minus 5 by 2, then this becomes minus half. Next, what is y? Y is y plus minus r sin alpha. From this result you get this. Now put y1. What is y1? y1 is 3 by 2 plus minus r is root over of 29 by 2 into what is sin alpha? Minus 2 by root 29. So this becomes 3 by 2 plus minus 1. 3 by 2 minus plus 1. This was plus minus, but as it is minus, so this becomes minus plus 1. So this becomes 5 by 2. No. First you have to consider minus. 3 by 2 minus 1, so this becomes half, then plus, so this becomes 5 by 2. So our points become, look, when x is 9 by 2, then y is half. So our points become 9 by 2 comma half, and another point is minus half comma 5 by 2. 9 by 2 comma half and minus of 5 by 2. That is, our conclusion is the extremities of the other diagonal of the square are this. Let us recapitulate the process again. We have a square ABCD whose one pair of diagonal ends are given, say A and C. Coordinate of A is 3, 4, coordinate of C is 1, minus 1. Now we first find length AC, as length of diagonals of a square are of equal length. So AC and DB are will be equal and they bisect each other at E. So your D and EB each will be of length half root 29. Next we find slope of AC, then we find slope of BD, then we consider that line BD makes angle alpha with positive direction of x-axis, then tan alpha equals to the slope. From that relation we find sin alpha cos alpha. Then we go to the distance form. From that form we find x equals to x1 plus minus r cos alpha, y equals to y1 plus minus r sin alpha. You know x1, y1 are the axes and ordinates of the point E. E is midpoint of AC, so we find E. So we find x1, y1. We have already found sin alpha cos alpha, and r is the length of D and EB. If you take this side plus r, so the opposite side will be minus r. So in this way we can find x and y, the values of x and y. Those are the abscess and ordinates of the remaining two ends of the diagonal of the square. And in this way we ultimately find the extremities of the diagonal of the square. Next, let us solve another problem applying distance form. A straight line passes through the point A1, 2 and makes angle alpha with positive direction of x-axis. Find theta given that the distance of A from the point of intersection of the said line with the line x plus y equals to 4. Suppose line is x plus y equals to 4. These are our coordinate axes. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. By intercept form, it is obvious that this equation will be x plus y equals to 4, because both the x and y intercept are 4 here. This point is 4 comma 0 and this point is 0 comma 4. Here a point, here a straight line passes to the point 1 comma 2. 1 comma 2. Here will be the point. This straight line makes angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis. And it is also given that the distance of A from the point of intersection of the straight line with the line is. Let us consider this point as A, this point is B, this AB. AB is 10 units. No, AB is root 6 by 3 units. Coordinate of A is 1 comma 2. Let us take the problem again. Here x plus y equals to 4 is a given straight line. A 1 comma 2 is a given point. A straight line which passes through the point A 1 comma 2 makes angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis and intersect the line x plus y equals to 4 at the point B. According to the question, this distance AB is root 6 by 3 units. So they have asked to find the direction theta so that this can happen. Now we have AB equals theta, AB equals root 6 by 3 units. So let us write the equation to AB in the symmetric form. Equation to AB can be written as x minus x1 is 1 here, by cos theta is equals to y minus y1 is 2, by sin theta is equals to root 6 by 3. From this we have x equals to 1 plus root 6 by 3 cos theta and y equals to 2 plus root 6 by 3 sin theta. Okay. So if we consider let coordinates of B be 1 plus root 6 by 3 cos theta, comma 2 plus root 6 by 3 sin theta. Now as the point B lies on the line x plus y equals to 4, right, as point B lies on the line x plus y equals to 4, that implies substitute this for x, this for y. So write 1 plus root 6 by 3 cos theta plus 2 plus root 6 by 3 sin theta is equals to 4. Let us erase this. Then we have root 6 by 3 common. Cos theta plus sin theta is equals to 2 plus 1 3, so this becomes 1. That is cos theta plus sin theta becomes 3 by root 6. Now multiply both sides by 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 sin theta plus 1 by root 2 cos theta. 3 by root 12, root 12 means 2 root 3, that is ultimately becomes root 3 by 2. So we all know this can be written as sine of theta plus pi by 4 is equal to root 3 by 2 means sine of pi by 3. Then sine of pi by 3, or you can write it as sine of pi minus pi by 3, that is 2 pi by 3. So that implies you get theta plus pi by 4 equals to pi by 3 or 2 pi by 3. Therefore theta equals to pi by 3 minus pi by 4 or 2 pi by 3 minus pi by 4. So this becomes pi by 12 or 4 to the 8 minus 3, 5 pi by 4. We get two values of theta. What does it indicate? Look, one direction if in this way, another direction can be in this way. In that case, the angle will be 5 pi by 12. Okay, from this point you can reach the line x plus y equals to 4 in two directions. In one direction the angle is pi by 12. In another direction the angle will be 5 pi by 12. And in both the cases this distance will be root 6 by 3. Okay. Next question. A straight line has slope 3 by 4. It passes through the point A minus 2, minus 5. Find the coordinates of point B on this line where AB is 10 units. Simple question. B is our coordinate axis. Slope is how much? 3 by 4, less than 1. So the angle will be less than 45 degrees. So the straight line is in this way. If we take alpha here, then tan alpha is 3 by 4. It is given. A point A minus 2 minus 5. As this is minus 2 minus 5, so you have to draw the line up to third quadrant. Say this point. This is minus 3 and minus 2 minus 5. A minus 2 minus 5. And you are asked to find 2 points on this line which are at a distance 10 units from A. So if this is B, this will be B dash. In both the cases, AB equals to AB dash equals to 10 units. Now we have tan alpha equals to 3 by 4. That implies sin alpha by 3 equals to cos alpha by 4 equals to root over of sin square alpha plus cos square alpha by root over of 3 square plus 4 square. So this becomes 1 by 5. So we get sin alpha equals to 3 by 5 and cos alpha equals to 4 by 5. Now we have the formula x minus x1 by cos alpha, y minus y1 by sin alpha equals to plus minus r. Now identify the symbols. Here x1 is coordinate of axis of A, x1 is minus 2, what is y1? Axis of A, that is minus 5, what is r? R is 10 units given. And what are sin alpha, cos alpha? That we have already calculated. So we have x equals to x1 plus minus r cos alpha is equal to x1 is minus 2 plus minus r is 10 into what is cos alpha? Cos alpha is 4 by 5. This becomes minus 2 plus minus 8. So this becomes minus 2 plus 8, 6 or minus 10. 6 or minus 10. Then calculate y. What is y? y1 plus minus r sin alpha. What is y1? y1 is minus 5 plus minus what is r? 10. What is sin alpha? Sin alpha is 3 by 5 is equals to minus 5 plus minus 5 to the 10, 6. When you consider plus, this becomes 1. When you consider minus, this becomes minus 11. Therefore, the required points on the straight line are which are at distance 10 units from A are, one is say B is 1 is 6, 1, another is 1. B will be in first quadrant. So B is 6, 1 and another B dash. This is minus 10, minus 11. One is 6, 1, another is minus 10, minus 11. So these three problems are typical problems on distance form that will help you to understand the form and its application. Next, let us reduce the general form of straight line to different forms. Reduction of general form to different forms. Different forms of straight line. Different forms of straight line. We know general form of straight line is ax plus by plus c equals. Let us first transform it to slope intercept form. What is slope intercept form? Let us recall, this is y equals to mx plus c. This is slope intercept form. Look, you can write by equals to minus x, minus c. So to get y here, we have to divide both sides by b. So b should be not equals to 0. Y equals to minus a by b into x plus minus c by b. This is the slope intercept form of the straight line. What does it signify? From this we can say slope of the line is m equals to minus a by b and y-intercept is minus c by b. Because this is y-intercept, this is in the place of c. Next, let us shift it to intercept form. What is intercept form? X by a plus y by b equals to 1. We have x plus by equals to minus c. So divide both sides by minus c to get 1 here. So x by minus c plus by minus c equals to 1. Obviously c not equals 0. Because when c equals 0, that is if a straight line passes through the origin, then how can there exist intercept? So in that case intercept form is not possible. Then you can write x by minus c by a plus y by minus c by b equals to 1. This is the intercept form of the straight line. So from this we conclude x intercept equals to minus c by a and y intercept equals to minus c by b. Next, let us shift it to normal form. What was normal form? Normal form was x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equals to p. We have ax plus by equals to minus c. I have said before that in case of normal form, you must be aware of the fact that this p should be positive. This p should be positive because p represents distance of the straight line from the origin. Okay? So here it appears minus c. So you can keep minus c here if c less than 0. But if c greater than 0, then you have to multiply both sides by minus 1. The first thing that we have to do is divide both sides by root over of a square plus b square. Then we get ax by root over of a square plus b square plus by root over of a square plus b square equals to minus c by root over of a square plus b square. This will be normal form when c less than 0, but if c greater than 0, then the normal form will be in this way: minus ax by root over of a square plus b square minus by root over of a square plus b square is equals to c by root over of a square plus b square when c is more than 0. Because if c is negative, then minus c is positive. So this represents perpendicular distance of the straight line from the origin. But if c greater than 0, then you have to shift the minus sign from here. So minus sign goes to the left hand side. Now this represents distance of the straight line from the origin. Okay? This is normal form. Next, family of straight lines passing through a given point. Now, passing through the intersection of two straight lines. Family of straight lines passing through the point of intersection of given two lines. These are our coordinate axes, you know. Suppose these are two intersecting straight lines. Suppose we have two intersecting lines given by one is say a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals 0, this is number 1. Another is say a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals 0, number 2. Say this is number 1, this is number 2. They intersect at this point. Suppose their point of intersection be alpha comma beta. So now I am declaring that equation of any line. Equation of any line passing through the point of intersection of 1 and 2 is a1x plus b1y plus c1 plus lambda into a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0. Lambda is a parameter. Then you may ask me that how can we be sure that this is a straight line passing through the point of intersection and lambda may be any value. Lambda can have any value because it is a parameter. Now look, as we have considered that their point of intersection is alpha comma beta, so alpha beta will satisfy equation 1 and 2 separately. That is, we have a1 alpha plus b1 beta plus c1 equals 0 and a2 alpha plus b2 beta plus c2 equals 0. Why? Because alpha comma beta, the point alpha comma beta lies on equation 1 as well as equation 2 also. That's why we can write a1 alpha plus b1 beta plus c1 equals 0 as well as a2 alpha plus b2 beta plus c2 equals 0. We can write it. Now, to show whether this line, say this is equation 3, whether equation 3 or straight line 3 passes through the point alpha comma beta, we have to show that alpha beta satisfies the, that is, if we substitute alpha for x and beta for y, then the result becomes 0. If we can show this, then it will be justified or proved that this straight line passes through the point alpha comma beta. So now putting x equals to alpha, y equals to beta in LHS of 3, what do we get? LHS equals to, we get a1 alpha plus b1 beta plus c1 plus lambda into a2 alpha plus b2 beta plus c2. Now look, from these two results you can write 0 instead of this plus lambda into 0 instead of this, because this is 0, this is 0 from these two relations. So you can write this. Now look, lambda for all values of lambda, for all real values of lambda, this becomes identical equal to 0, because 0 into any real number is 0, plus 0 becomes 0 and 0 is RHS. Thus what do we see? We see that the point alpha beta also satisfies equation 3, which is equation of a straight line. What does it indicate? It indicates that the straight line 3 also passes through the point alpha comma beta. And why it is a family? Because lambda is a parameter. For different values of lambda, we get different member of the family. So ultimately we find equation 3, which is a straight line, represents a straight line which passes through the point of intersection of the lines 1 and 2. Okay. So let us end today's class here. In our next class, we will come to on the topic condition of concurrency of three straight lines. Okay. Till then, goodbye.